Hey everybody, thanks for joining in. We're going over the Majestic documents still, as we have been in the last couple of episodes, and this is just going to be a quick one-part video. There's nothing much to it, but I do find some interesting things with what we're looking at here. This is on the majesticdocuments.com website, and there's nothing else to it. There's no top secret stamps. There's no Majestic, nothing, it's just basically a list of names. And if you want to follow along, it's majesticdocuments.com, and you're going to go to Majestic Documents, documents dated prior to 1948, shown to, right here, metallurgical lab personnel. The abbreviation of this is the Met Lab, which is in Chicago. It's the University of Chicago. And as you can see, they have an authenticity meter here, which they put next to all of the documents, and they show if is there a high probability that the document is real, or is there not a good chance that it's real. Well, for someone that's looking at all of these documents from the website, obviously you're going to be questioning a lot of things, and because we know that there's fraudulent documents, I believe, which I've shown in my previous episodes, we're going to know that there's fraudulent documents mixed in with some of the other ones that are possibly authentic. Of course, there's a possibility that they're all fraudulent, and it could just be a mixture. I guess the documents reportedly came from different sources, unknown sources, if I can say that right. People sending things in the mail and all that sort of thing. We don't really know where they came from. That's the story, anyways. So anyhow, here we have a list of names, and it says here scientific personnel of Met Lab, Chicago, July 17th, 1947. We've got a date, we've got a place, and we've got a bunch of names. And so the first thing that I started to do was I started Googling all of these people just to get started. And I wanted to verify or not if I could show that they were in fact working at the Met Lab in 1947, and July 17th, I don't know why that's important. I do not think that they got this list from the school, and I'll tell you why. The person that typed this has made multiple errors, and sometimes big errors, and it doesn't make any sense. And I know that the school should at least have a correct record of who worked there. Now, I contacted University of Chicago, and I forget who I talked with. I think I still have I got a couple emails as well, and they said that they don't have any records that go back that far, that they have that somebody else has them, and that was kind of the story. I wasn't really able to get too much out of the school itself, but I had to try anyways. So I do not think that they got this from the school. Obviously, they said that they told me that they didn't have this anyways, and there's too many mistakes made to whoever typed this. And it's got that typewriter look to it, just like the other Majestic documents. And I'm not saying that it's fraudulent, but I mean I'm skeptical. I'm wanting to check this out for myself. And what I found was when I started looking at each and every one of these individual people, it kept coming up with this. This document is, you can find it at the National Archives, as you can see down here. Source U.S. National Archives, gives you the record group, and gives you the folder number. And this was classified secret. It is a petition to the President of the United States, July 17th, 1945. July 17th. Well, this says July 17th, coincidentally, but 1947. Similar date, other than the year. Every single one of these names on this list, this Majestic document list, are all on this petition. Now it cuts off here and you don't see the rest of the names. However, all you can see is the signatures. For example, you've got this JJ, to me it says Nixon. And if you look at the Majestic document, you'll see they've spelled it JJ Nielsen. Various other names like this, some of them which are completely different. So I started working on this document in Microsoft. The original petition contains 70 signatures, 68 of which are found listed as scientific personnel on the Majestic 12 document dating July 17, 1947, which is what we're looking at here. So there's 70 names on the real petition. 68 of these names are here, or 60. Yeah, they're here, which I find kind of interesting. So I think that the person that typed this got the names from looking at the signatures, and obviously they had made some mistakes because sometimes it's hard to read people's signatures. And you'll see, for example, the real name is J.J. Nixon. The document had spelled it J.J. Nielsen. There's a George Svila, however you pronounce it. The document has this Sai-Hala or something like that. Don't know. The real name is Paul Riddell O'Connor with an O. O'Connor in the document is spelled with an E, but that is a pretty common typo, so it's not too bad. Here's a big inconsistency here. Melvin S. Friedman is this person's name. Really, the person that's on the petition. However, in the document, they spell it Sheffield S. Friedman. There was no Sheffield S. Friedman. Now there is an S. Friedman, but it's Melvin S. Friedman. And as you can see, I've also put their I've also found their positions, and at the time that some of them I couldn't find though. But anyhow, I just thought it was very interesting. Obviously, if they were working on the Manhattan Project, which this petition advises not to drop the atomic bomb to the president, which would have been Truman, I believe. They all said don't drop the atomic bomb, and they signed their names pretty much. And as we know, that you dropped it anyways to end the war, but don't have very much time left here. But I just wanted to point it out. I thought it was very interesting. Somebody came up with this. I contacted MajesticDocuments.com, and I think it was Ryan Wood or whoever it was that I talked to, and I kept asking, where did you get this document from, because I couldn't even get a list. And obviously there's big time inconsistencies with this, and I think that whoever typed this took the names from the petition and they just couldn't clearly read the names correctly. Now yes, they would have been working on top secret stuff. If they were working on the Manhattan Project, then they probably would have been able to handle some kind of alien wreckage or something like that. So I don't doubt that. It's possible. But I found some inconsistencies, and I just found it very coincidental. Why are they saying July 17th? It's just very reminiscent of the other Majestic documents that we find that I've pointed out before, which were I believe to be fraudulent. And the dates, and there's just word for word, there's a lot of similarities, and so I don't know. It may be nothing, or it could be something, but I just wanted to point it out to you guys. So hope you enjoyed. A little bit interesting, but you got to enjoy the investigation part to get anything out of it. So hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and we'll talk to you guys later.